GM announced you're going to have a self-driving car, an autonomous car in 2 years. That's pretty hard for a lot of people to believe, that us as drivers are going to trust our cars to drive themselves. How do you get people to trust that?
Well, what we've announced is very significant in that we're going to be the first OEM that has vehicle-to-vehicle communications capability. That's one step along the way to a full autonomous driving. We've also talked about the technology Super Cruise that in certain situations allows you to push a button and be able to take your hands off the wheel with very specific technology to make sure that the driver is still staying engaged. I see these as very important technologies to put into the marketplace to give consumers exposure to so they become comfortable on the journey to full autonomy. And so they're very significant technology steps.
Is this a niche market, or is this the future of cars?
Again, I think it will evolve over time. I think when you look at the congestion around the globe and you look at the urbanization, I think this will be an important tool, but it still won't take away from people's love of driving and still having the opportunity to do that.
So how do you get regulators to regulate this in a safe way? Because you've said if customers are going to trust these self-driving cars, if you will, they have to work perfectly 100% of the time.
Well, absolutely, but that's one of the reasons that General Motors has talked about vehicle-to-vehicle communication, vehicle-to-infrastructure. To have it work perfectly all the time is a huge integration of a lot of technologies. That's frankly one of General Motors' strengths as we move forward, and we're going to leverage that. But I will tell you, we've been having discussions on autonomous with our regulators around the globe for more than a couple years.
Are they ready?
I think they understand and see the opportunity, and I think that's something that we're going to work together, many OEMs and regulators around the world, to do the right thing, because I think the goal is absolutely right from a customer-focused perspective to reduce congestion. It also has, very positive environmental effects, and I believe we will.
How much is an autonomous car going to cost?
Oh, it's way too early to start putting those kind of numbers.
Maybe 2 years from now.
Well, and in 2 years we'll talk about that.
100,000?
Again, we'll talk about that in 2 years.
You just hired a cybersecurity chief. A lot of companies are worried about hacking. Are GM cars getting hacked?
Actually, we have had no incidents in the field, but this is an area we want to be in front of and have a concentrated effort to make sure our cars are the very safest. The individual we have in that position is, extremely knowledgeable and technically, in the leadership role, as well as we talk to many other outside groups to make sure we're on the leading edge from a cybersecurity perspective.
But I would guess, and tell me if I'm wrong, that a driverless autonomous car is more prone to getting hacked. You have a lot more computing going on than a typical car. Is that right?
Well, and that's why it's so important. It depends on how you execute it, and that's why we're putting so much energy and effort and technological research and development into making sure that doesn't happen.